side. You've made the official who's got a line of sight, and I'm pretty sure both the teams, they're not going to let away an opportunity to score finishes as well.
Oh, as the sprays comes through as well, T7 Scap now finally getting scouted out as they try to push inside the zone. Inimicos Esports is able to find all the loose stragglers outside in the open as well. Very, very tough rotation for every single team in this game. We are down towards our final 8 teams. And it seems like even for Ruffians, they are barely on the outskirts of the zone itself. And they've lost their vehicle as well. But Inimicos was able to spot out those stragglers. And that's going to be a knock here coming in from Garth. Great positioning here. Seems like patience has paid off for all the teams that has been waiting in those compounds, just punishing any loose stragglers out in the open. And just like that, in a blink of an eye, 8 teams already eliminated because they do not have the safety net of those compounds.
Yeah.
It's just been free shots after free shots. It is a free-for-all grab for every single team. And interesting enough, all these 8 teams that are surviving, they do not have high finishes, but they are the reason why the remaining 8 teams was eliminated.
Absolutely, of course. But if you look at the way the teams stand, majority of them are not willing to take central control right now because you've got absolutely nothing. It's a circle completely out in the open. Myth Official does have a compound which they do not want to give up. There are going to be other teams as well. For example, Ruffian. They themselves have a small little hut, but as soon as they come out in the open, they're going to get shot at. No real terrain to take covers behind as well. You can't even call deployable covers on this particular map. So majority of the teams, they are going to be counting their days, but not Welt Esports right now as they look to invade inside of the squad house. Team Altitude, not really in the greatest of positioning. A Molotov has been set to push back Welt Esports, but it's just one-man gods who's looking to hold down the fort, and Welt Esports have already invaded upwards. Proton and the rest of his comrades looking to find the right timing, but do they allow the revive to take place? Of course, jumping shots come through gods in a 1v3. First knock being equalized. This is Molotov as well, but no! The timing! They just could not really match the timing to the push of Welt Esports, but now they've been wiped off. Welt Esports, though, can't really celebrate, I see, because have a look at this. Tencent Esports just lying around the corner, waiting for this fight to get finished off.
Yeah, they have to push into the zone as well. They just wrap things out as well. Welt, I'm impressed that you guys have survived this long. And this might be the comeback that they need with 3 players left. They've got 3 finishes. They are currently in top 7, but they do not have a lot of vehicles. They are able to find a couple coming from altitude, but it's still a very difficult push because this is going to be an open field for everyone. Myth Official has the strongest compounds inside this zone, and they even send Detrox outside to get control on the southwest corner. And it seems like he is going to be the bait for the team, for the rest of the team, so I try to pick off any loose stragglers out in the open. It seems like Ruffians are going to be the next team that may be in the sights of Myth Official as they try to sneak their way in with no vehicles whatsoever. Tough spot to be in, at least for Ruffians, but Inimicos also going to be looking to try and go for those confirmations. Seems like they are going to check and going for the slam. Goes for a drive-by. Lobs a casual nade, but no connection so far.
You know, it's a flyby with the grenade. I've never really seen this happen in Inimicos Esports. Now, this is a strategy. This is creativity, to be honest. This is what you love to see as well. Little flavor of the Gen Alpha. They certainly are making their presence felt. Ruffians have been brought down to a 2-man lineup. Inimicos, they are looking solid, but one more team I see that has slipped under the radar so far has to be 4 Wolves Esports. 4 Wolves DOD, they are sitting at the top of the leaderboard. They've got 4 players inside of the final circle. Yes, of course, they've only got 2 finishes, but this circle gives them an opportunity to establish that lead up top. Of course, we're going to talk about this fight, Tencent Esports and Welt Esports, and look at the way Tencent are being pushed back, I see.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one as well. Tencent, they cannot over-peak this because they are going to be pushed from other teams from the other side of the map. So this is going to be a trade of nades here. It seems like they will be able to find the knock here. Seems like Proton is down. Shawam is going to be next to fall. Welt seems to me be the end of the line here for this round. Justy is able to find one. That's going to be another point in the bag. Looking for a second. The stand from Tencent is there. As Justy, he does have the SOK. He needs to go in for the swing. Finds out another, but his health is down low. He's going to secure those finish points, but eventually goes down. Tencent Esports will lose. They will win it, but they will still only live Bunny as the last player left from Tencent.
It's completely fine. This fight was extremely important for Tencent, to be honest. The way they were playing, they needed those 5 points to cross on that 30-point marker. Of course, they are going to get taken down by 4 Wolves XTOD, but I feel like those 5 points are going to be so crucial for Tens in esports and the potential run to the semifinals or the wildcards for that matter. 4 Wolves, they are eyeing one and only one spot. That is going to be the semifinals. Crossed on 43-point mark already. They're looking so strong. Can dominate the rest of the lobby. And the only team that stands in their way has to be Inimicals because even they have 4 players up and running, I see.
Well, seems like 4 Wolves now, they do have the high ground, but the zone is not in their favor. They are going to take an advantage here, try and pick off a couple stragglers. Ruffians still leaving 1 player left. Inimicals has been hunting them down, baiting and switching them, toying with them. And it seems like it just might be the end here for Ruffians, barely at the edge of the zone. And Inimicals Esports might be able to clutch this big time for the chicken dinner. Seems like Garth is able to find the last player from Ruffian, and that is going to be Ruffian out. We're down towards the final 3 teams. Myth official getting somewhat of a center control, but they do have a wide split here, knowing that the circle may shift between left and right across the road. 4 Wolves is going to group up to try and tackle on this situation. Inimicals on the other side. It seems like Myth is looking for a 2v1 situation from them, or in this case, a 1v2 situation between Myth fighting both 2 teams.
100%. Myth officials, I don't really know what they are planning for because they are in the worst spot out of it all. Being beside these roads, you know you are going to be exposed from so many angles, and Inimicals, they're not going to take shots against them though. That will just take more tension out of 4 Wolves DOD and just put it on the shoulders of Inimicals, and you don't want to be doing that. Wow. Myth officials, this is going to be a slow game. I'm 100% sure 4 Wolves, they are not going to take the first step in this fight.
No matter what happens, Myth is going to be the first point of interest from both teams.
Yeah.
And whoever starts the fight most likely is going to be third party by the other team as well. So this is going to be a tricky spot here for Myth official if they clutch this big time. Because as of yet, they're getting hounded here by 4 Wolves. A lot of shots has been made here. Inimicals here's all those audio kills, and they are going to try and pick over. But it seems like Lucifer wants to try and push himself and push the boundaries as the zone actually forces them way further up. And this is tough. 4 Wolves still having a lot of control because of those elevations here.
They need a lot more, to be honest, if they want to deal with Inimicals and team Myth officials simultaneously. But speaking of Myth officials, I'm actually very surprised those utilities did not come through as of yet. I'm not even sure if they have any in their backpacks right now. They're in desperate need of some smokes right now to reposition and potentially try and find a way to execute this fight. On the other side, Inimicals, they are going to take all the space in the world that gets given to them. 4 Wolves aren't really looking at them. They aren't demanding so much attention, so why not be under the radar and scar away more finish points? They've got 6 already. They can get a lot more. But this is, of course, going to last a little longer, I see. Longer than intended. This is stage 8, of course. Within 30 seconds, we're going to call in the blue, which will start to shrink. I don't really think up until the final stages, all of these players, they're going to move.
Yeah, 4 Wolves right now has the upper hand, but their weak link is going to be Myth deciding to pick up. But either or, you can see all these 3 teams, they don't really want to start a fight. Whoever starts first is going to be third party. That's the goal here. And as the zone slowly shrinks as well, Myth slowly losing a lot of space. 4 Wolves has already got a wide spread down towards the east side. But it comes down to it, towards the final moments. It seems like it is slightly on towards Inimical Esports' side.
Is it?
But even then, they have to push out.
Yeah.
It seems like that is going to be the first knock here. Lucifer, first one down.
Yeah, Myth officials couldn't really find a way to bounce back now. Finally, we do get to see the knockoff. Gav has been knocked out from Inimicals. Myth officials, seems like they're going to be so close to the blue zone right now. Have a look at that. 4 Wolves have so much space to move out. Finally, they bring out the vehicle. The Lamborghini comes through. Shotgun strike. Myth officials get taken down. And now it leaves us with just Inimicals and 4 Wolves DOD, I see.
Oh my goodness, 4 Wolves, they went for a very, very desperate push here. Now Inimicos is looking for third parties. The rain of needs are coming to close the gap, but they are getting zoned out as well. No knocks yet. Avnish is still down. Immortal going to be holding on the edges here, but the zone is forcing him out in the open. They need to find a return knock, and nothing is connecting. Four Wolves is trying their best, but the zone still forces them out in the open. The only cover left is those smokes, and Inimicos knows exactly where they are. And a big nade connects, finds two by Inimicos, and this is going to be the chicken dinner that they are going to be looking for. A diabolical play as Inimicos now cleans out the lobby. Four Wolves, another consistent game, but it's not going to be the chicken dinner this time for them as Inimicos Esports takes the winner chicken dinner.
That was criminal. Those nades, those airstrikes from Inimicals, just absolutely devastating. For Wolves DOT, they were dreaming of chicken dinner. They were dreaming of those extra 8 points to be found. 4 points for the chicken dinner, and of course 4 points from the finishes of the other teams. But for Wolves DOT were denied by Inimicals, and I'm so happy about it.
Wow. But all things considered, I think Four Wolves is still okay. They're still very consistent. Calm your horses, man.
I love an underdog story.
Okay,
and
fair enough.
This was one of those teams I had never watched throughout the round stages. I have never heard about them as well. Coming here inside of the quarterfinals, getting a chicken like that, I'm so happy about it.
Exactly, but at the same time as well, Inimicos here, they started the day with 11 points. Now with this chicken dinner, gives them a shot for the wild card, but they're not exactly safe yet. There's 2 more games to go, and they need another banger performance if they want to try and stand out. Meanwhile, Four Wolves, on the other hand, they're still very, very consistent, still fighting for the start towards the semifinals, but this was a very, very awkward fight between Inimicos, Myth, and also Four Wolves as well, because regardless of whatever happened, Myth Official was the one that is pinned between both teams.
Yeah, I think Myth Official kind of took the game away from Four Wolves as well. The fact that Four Wolves got so attracted towards the team just caused their demise. Of course, the stats from the chicken dinner in Inimicals Esports, they had got 11 eliminations from that one, 21 points in the back. That is a lot, to be honest. In fact, I feel like this team has already crossed on that survival stage point mark. I guess they are not going to be at least eliminated off. But what needs to be seen is from, or rather, how much can they push further? Because 2 more maps, but those are going to be Miramars, and we know Genesis and Revenant X Park, they're going to come back in full forces. For Genesis, this was a really bad game, to be honest.
Exactly, but at the same time, so this is a pretty bad game for almost everyone except for Four Wolves in this scenario, especially for the teams that are chasing to try and retain for the semifinals.
You know, I would like to correct myself. It wasn't really a bad game for Genesis. They survived 2 back-to-back
Okay, fair
fights out
enough. Yeah,
there.
eight finishes.
Eight finish points. I think Genesis Esports somehow recover, but then it was not exactly what they wanted. They wanted a chicken dinner to kind of ease out the day, but that did not happen.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Revenant X Spawn, that they do take a little bit of a tumble from that game. But before that, let's talk about the MVP of the match as well. It goes towards Inferno from Inimicos here with 5 finishes in total. They were playing a very interesting, slow and methodical chokehold against another team just now, which I believe was Ruffians, which pretty much with the bait and switch and eventually take them out, take them all out. So I'm not a fan of it, but slow and methodical, slowly bleeding out your opponents is a tactic here, and Inimicos play that to perfection.
Especially when the circle is out in the open, all you want to do is just take away mobility first, and then potentially every last drop of blood from your opposition as well. Esports, so I'm not really happy with the way they've been playing. Skep does find a spot on the top players because of that clutch against Welt Esports, but that's not going to be enough. Looking at the point standings, of course, Inimicals with 21 points. They are going to be very happy. For Worlds with 12 points. So consistent every single time. Tencent Esports. Now, this is a good side, to be honest. 8 points from this team. A young lineup, and hopefully they're going to be making it to the semifinals. I'm praying to God Tencent Esports move into the semifinals right now.
Yeah, this is going to be a tricky one here, especially for this group, because this particular round has pretty much set the stage for a lot of the teams to try and chase as well, because based on this finish and damage report, it is pretty spread out throughout the entire team based on how the zone kind of shifted as well. Those with compounds do kind of benefit in terms of zoning people, but those who were caught outside the crosshairs, which was forced to be third party and poked from afar, was completely destroyed. One of those teams could be Revenant X Part. Genesis was one of those teams that miraculously was able to get 2 holes of themselves, which was impressive. But again, they were just getting bullied throughout the entirety of the game, which is very, very unfortunate for them. But
Islamic revolutionary led by
Dr. Fahd Izadi.
alone.